Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you stopped by to watch this tutorial. I am grateful. So in today's tutorial I'm going to teach you how to create a very simple eyeshadow look, nothing complicated. Okay, so first off, I'd go over with that brown shade I'm pointing at in my powder palette. Now if you don't have a powder palette, maybe you have an eyeshadow and you have a brown shade there, you can use it. Now the intensity of the brown shade depends on you, so if you want it to be darker, it's fine too, depending on the kind of look that you're trying to achieve. But for me, I'm trying to achieve a soft, you know transition color over my crease, so I'm going over in a back and forth motion, trying to blend as I apply the dark brown shade over my crease. That area where my brush is called my crease. And then I'll spread it. This is the outer V, so I'll spread it from the outer V into my crease area. So this is me just blending to avoid any harsh lines. So next up, I'm going to be using an eyeshadow primer, and I'll be using the Benign Clown White as my eyeshadow base or primer. So I'm going to go over the primer over my lid in a tapping motion. I'm going to press it into my lid, and you can see that my nails were getting in the way, so I had to use a brush. It's fine to use a fluffy brush to apply that product in case you're not able to use your hands. So this is me just applying it and blending the primer into my eyelid before I apply the eyeshadow color of my choice. Now the work of the primer is to basically make the eyeshadow color pop. So there's a difference when you apply a primer and when you don't. So for this tutorial, I'll be using this orange shade on the palette. Yes, I'm going to be using that orange shade, and I'm going to be placing it right on top of the primer. Now if you look at the primer, you see that there's a pattern. It's like I applied it in a curved pattern. So this is me using an eyeshadow brush to just gently press that eyeshadow on my eyelid, just on top of the primer, the eyeshadow primer. Now I'm not dragging it, I am pressing it in. If you press it in, it will keep the color in place and it will make it look neater. So that's why the best way to apply it is to actually pat the eyeshadow over the eyeshadow primer. So this is me just patting it and making sure that everywhere is properly covered with the eyeshadow. Now if you look at where I'm pointing at, that part needs to be blended, so you can't just stop like that. You can't just leave it that way. So I'll go over with that first brown shade that I used over my crease area. So I'm going to use that brown shade again to blend the edges of the eye color. That's the orange color that I have placed on my eyelid. So I'm going to blend it together, the edges where I stopped applying the eyeshadow. I'm going to blend it with that crease color that's already there. So what this does is it gives more definition to the eye, and it gives more definition also to the shape of the eyeshadow. So that's it's as simple as ABC. So right now I'm just lining my eyes with a liquid liner. I think I'm going to do a tutorial on how to line your eyes. So that's it. And then after lining my eyes, I'll go over with a mascara to just probably make my lashes longer, and then when you're applying eyeshadow, sometimes this eyeshadow they fall on your eyelashes. So the mascara would help to just, darken your eyelashes. Now, if you missed the first part, I'm going to go over to the next eye and do the same thing. So this is me just using a brown shade from my powder palette. Like I said, you could have a brown shade in a normal eyeshadow palette, or just look for any soft brown shade that that you can use that would not be too harshy and will be easy for you to blend. So you use a back and forth motion to just apply that brown shade over your crease, and then to your outer V. You spread it from there, and as you are applying the brown shade, you're also blending, so that the back and the forth motion helps to actually blend that brown shade into your crease to avoid any harsh lines or harshness as a result. For makeup, basically blending is key, and so I'm going to go over again with the benign clown white, which, like I said, is the base for applying an eye shadow color. So I'm going over with the benign clown white, and I'm just placing it over my eyelids once again. And once I'm done, I would go over with the eyeshadow color, that same orange shade. As simple as ABC. Now, if you have nails like me and the nails are getting in your way, all you just need to do is to use a brush, a fluffy brush like the one I'm using, to apply the eyeshadow primer. Make sure that you maintain the shape. It is a curved shape. Just follow the way I am doing it and you would achieve a very neat eyeshadow application. So this is me just blending the eyeshadow primer. Like I said, the eyeshadow primer makes the eye color that you have chosen to pop more and to last longer. So I'm going over again with that orange shade over. I'm going to place it directly on top of the eye shadow primer. Like I said, in a parting motion, you're not dragging it, you are working on a section per time, so that's what we're basically doing. Very simple, nothing complicated. This is me just applying the orange color on top of the eyeshadow primer, and after that I'm going to blend the edges again with that brown shade that I initially used at the beginning. Just like I said, you can't just stop that way, it will look rough, so you have to go over again with that brown shade to just blend out the edges, and blend everything together. Yeah, that's basically it. Very simple eyeshadow tutorial. Then next off, after doing that, I'm going to line my eyes again and then apply some mascara, and voila, we have come to the end of this tutorial. I just want to thank you for supporting me. Thank you for stopping by. This means a lot to me. Please do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to share. Do not forget to leave a comment. And if possible, if there's any tutorial that you would want me to do, please drop it at the comment section and I'll be waiting to respond to your comment. Thank you so much. I love you all. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.